Happy Sunday and Memorial Monday. And I've had a number of carpet cleaners contacting me, or I've been reading threads and discussions on Mikey's board and the rest of the internet on good scrubbers, and particularly guys new to the trade wondering what to buy, if they should start with a CRB or a Cymex or an OP machine or a Auric Orbiter. But I truly believe that if you're just starting out and you just have a portable or a small basic truck mount, you really want to start with a good old 175 floor buffer swing machine, polisher, whatever you want to call this. But you want to look for a 1.5 horsepower motor, something in the 90-pound range. If you can add weights to it, you'll grow into that use when you get into stonework. And you really want it right around 90 to 100 pounds. Is it hard to pick up? Yes, it's 100 pounds. But you need that weight for it to do its job. What do you use this machine for? Primarily, you'll use it for pre-scrubbing carpet. After you vacuum, pre-spray, then you want to agitate. Sorry about the pause. Anyway, you're going to agitate it before rinsing. So your number one feature that you'll get with this thing is what's called the pad driver. No, this is not meant for scrubbing. This is meant for holding a variety of pads. These short little nubbies act as a Velcro of sorts, and they grab all these types of pads. So this is what's commonly referred to as a 3M fiber pad. These are available in a multitude of colors and aggressiveness. They basically go from white to black, white being the softest. And yeah, you'll use this on carpet every once in a blue moon, something real gentle. But typically white's used for polishing, or buffing I should say, hard surfaces, wood or vinyl or whatnot. But typically the carpet cleaning industry uses red pads, which is a step or two up. And you can go to the 3M fiber pad website of sorts. I'm sure it's out there, and see all the variables, but you'll find yourself using red the most. Guys have been around a while will recognize this Polysorb type pad. This is what made ChemDry famous. Big cotton loops that absorb to a certain extent. Kind of grown out of favor even with ChemDry. And then you got the microfiber type pads, which have a foam core inside, and the microfibers sort of loosen the soil and wick the soil into the foam core. So these, you can go do 1,000 feet of carpet with this and it'll barely look dirty. But if you put it in the wash or put it in a 5-gallon bucket of hot water and stir it around a little bit, that water will look like it came out of your waste tank. It absorbs an incredible amount of soil. And then you got the cotton or OP pad type option, where these absorb a lot of soil, but so much that you can only do 100 feet or so on average before they load up with so much soil that you're basically smearing it. Some people will flip them, use the other side for a little bit, but I kind of discourage that as they're overloaded at that point. And then you can do all kinds of stone work with your 175. Pad wise, this is what's called a DIP, or a diamond impregnated pad. You can see this kind of brown frost on there. That's actually diamond grit that's impregnated into the pad. They're a coated system that go, just like sandpaper, different levels of grit to achieve whatever polish or honed look you're looking for. And then you can also get resin diamonds that are adhere to this is what's called a hog's hair pad. You can see the actual hog's hair in there, which is used for polishing again. But these are diamond impregnated, and they achieve a certain level of shine as well. So besides, and that's just getting skimming the top of the many available brushes for them. This here is a shampoo brush, kind of soft, 2 different levels of grit. This is an open center one. They also make one that has a what's called an adjust-a-glide, and it'll be a plastic plate in there that will support a certain amount of weight of the brushes. It's usually, 1/8 to 1/4 inch below the brush line. So if you have to leave the machine standing for extended period of time, it's not going to flay out the brushes. And as the brushes wear, you can keep dropping that plate. Cleanfreak.com is a great place to get that brush. I forget how I got this one. My other location, we use those Adjust the Glide types, which I like a little better. Anyhow, a brush like this is great for pre-scrubbing pile carpet, where it's going to dig in and help remove some hair and soil and fluff up the fibers. If you're doing a flat weave, Berber, that's when you use a fiber pad like that. So, you can pick up one of these machines new for, I don't know, as little as the $500 range. That's pretty cheap. You're going to get, not the highest quality cords and electrical components and whatnot. I would recommend you look more in the $800 range for a new machine. The used market, oh boy, go to used tool stores, Craigslist, eBay, all that. You can pay a fortune in shipping if you can't pick it up local, because they do weigh a ton. But you can find them as little as $50, but they're going to look pretty rough. And last but not least, the Malish hard surface grit impregnated brushes. These are invaluable for scrubbing different types of stone, unlevel tiles, and more importantly, I keep this around for stripping VCT wax and other types of coatings off of tile and stone. And these are available in all sorts of levels of aggressiveness. This is a medium level, and I'll put a link below for the Malish company so you can see what they have to offer. But I don't know. Last time I looked, I think they had 5-6 different offerings of stiffness and aggressiveness. If you're doing a lot of outside pool decks and whatnot, you would want a collection of those. But getting back to the whole premise or theory behind a 175, it's a fantastic way to start into developing a, let's call it a level of professionalism that most carpet cleaners don't do. Most carpet cleaners don't vacuum. They come in, they may pre-spray either with a pump-up sprayer or their wand, putting down some emulsifier. They may hit it with a Grandy groomer or a Vibram agitator, if you know what I mean. But once you, if you got a conscience and you got a bit of professionalism to you, it's a fantastic way to get into the wonderful world of pre-scrubbing. And a fella asked me the other day about how effective his Auric Orbiter would be on scrubbing some restaurant carpets that he was trying to speed up on. And, an Auric Orbiter, I don't think it weighs 30 pounds. It's just not going to break the soil loose. And with any type of carpet scrubbing, it's all about the weight. The weight's what makes a Cymex the world's greatest carpet cleaning scrubber. It's not the triple planetary or anything else. It's just the dang weight. The thing weighs 140 some odd pounds, I believe. Unless you get into the OP market, which looks strikingly like this, but you get a little bit of side-by-side action and some thumping action in certain brands that adds even more agitation. But you can do pretty much the same level of workmanship with a 175. It's just going to take you a lot longer. And I highly recommend you starting out with one of these machines and keeping it around. I don't carry mine on the truck anymore. I carry a CRB and an OP from the market that I do. Those are good to have on hand. But I'll whip this thing out, take it along with me at least a couple times a month for specialized stonework. And for the cost, just fantastic to have around. So yeah, you're going to accumulate some of these pads for whatever type of projects you're doing. And then you can go after them. Once you have the gear, you start looking at things a little different. Anyhow, there you go. 175, 1.5 horsepower. Almost any janitorial supply sells these things, including all the John Donnes, Interlinks, everybody else. Lots of house brands out there. And, boy, just endless choices. Number one way to get into the higher end, higher level of workmanship, being a professional carpet cleaner. Pre-scrubbing. All right, that's enough for a Monday morning. Mikey's bored. Come visit us. Have a good one.